Okay, so let's move on to class. So last class we had discussed about what is Docker network and right. So what is the types of Docker networks and how it will work, how to create a Docker network and how to assign Docker network to particular container. In the last class already we discussed. So let's continue continuation of the click on copy. So So by default, if you use Docker network ls command, we can see three types, right? In Docker, one is default network is bridge network. What is the default network? Bridge network and host network, none network. Clear? So there is three types of networks. By default, we can see that is the bridge network, host network.
సార్ నాకు ఇక్కడ ఓ డౌట్ సార్.
Hmm.
సార్ ఇక్కడ మీరు ఈసీ ఇన్స్టాన్స్ తీసుకొని మీరు గిట్ బ్యాష్ లో చేస్తున్నారా సార్ ఇప్పుడు?
అవును గిట్ బ్యాష్ లో కనెక్ట్ అయ్యాను. రైట్ క్లిక్ just
ఓకే.
go to instance.
అదే
Copy this, go to instance, go to click on instance id. There is a connect button, connection is there, connector. Click on connect, copy this command ss-i. This is your pm file. Where is your pm file? Go to that particular path. So linux class.pm file, my linux class.pm file available in this folder here. Now see here, linux class. Right click, open git bash and paste it here. That's it. అర్థమైందా? నీ పిఎం ఫైల్ ఎక్కడ ఉందో ఆ పాత్కి వెళ్ళాలి.
ఓకే.
This is a command, right? See, ss-i. This is the pm file. My pm file available here in this directory. So that is the reason every time I am coming here, right click, git bash and copy that command and paste it. Okay. Now it is coming like this. Now any doubt here?
నో డౌట్.
Okay. Now last class we discussed so network. So what is Docker network and so types of network. And if you see here, so Docker network ls, Docker network ls. Now by default we can see three types of networks and see bridge network, host network, none network. So these are the default. Now there is overlay network also is there. If we install so Docker swarm and all, we can see overlay network also. Now by default Docker we can see only three: bridge network, host network, none. So if we create any container, what is the default network? Docker ps-a. If we create any container, so here these are the containers. So what is the default network available for this container? Bridge network. Now got it. If you are not assigning any network, what is the default network? ఇప్పుడు ఈ నెట్వర్క్ మనం కంటైనర్ క్రియేట్ చేసిన తర్వాత బ్రిడ్జ్ నెట్వర్క్ అనేది డిఫాల్ట్ గా అసైన్ అవుతుంది. సో డిఫాల్ట్ నెట్వర్క్ is bridge network assigned by Docker only. We are not going to assign anything. So default network is bridge network only. Suppose if you want to create a own network, in that case we are using so that one. So Docker images. Now I have two images. Now I don't have any containers here. And so Docker. Now see here, Docker network ls. This is now these two are the custom bridge network. Custom bridge network you I created. Correct? How to create custom bridge network? If you want to create a own network, that is nothing but a custom bridge network. This is the syntax. Docker network. If you want to create your own network, Docker network, create your network name. Okay. For example, here I am giving see here I am giving this is the Tomcat network. I am giving for Tom just some for understanding purpose. Tomcat. Okay. Tomcat net. I am giving a Tomcat network. We can give any name. We can give anything. This is the custom network. So Docker network create Tomcat. Now see here. Now our own network is created. Now see here. Docker network. Docker network. Docker network. Docker network. ls. Now see here. Sorry. Docker network ls. Now see here. So Tomcat, this is the default network or custom network? This is our custom network. Custom means we created. అంటే మనకి ఎలా కావాలంటే అలా క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు ఎనీ నెట్వర్క్. Now got it, Karthik? This is the custom network. Now this is also custom. This is also custom. These three are the so default network. Bridge network, host network, none network. Now got it? Now,
Yes,
how to
sir.
assign custom network to container? Now, see here. This is my Tomcat container. Now, go to here, Docker images, Docker images. Now, I have images. I want to create one container with my network. Okay. So, now how to assign? See here, Docker, Docker run -d, and now -p okay, port mapping, and I'm going to assign my own network. I'm going to assign my own network. So what is hyphen here? I'm giving something, and so this is my, and what is this hyphen net, and so Tomcat network, and this is the, what is this, my image. This is my image. Copy this one and paste it here, colon, what is the version number v1. Now see here, container is created. So my container, so I assigned it which network, my network I assigned it. So what is the IP of this my custom network? Docker inspect, Docker inspect, and so what is this ID? My network ID. Now see here, IP range, we can see some IP range. See, this is my IP range 172.20.0.0. This is my IP range. This is my IP range. Now see here, this is my IP range. Even if you want to see, now check it, the container also, Docker ps-a. Now this is a container is running. Check the what is IP of my container. Docker inspect, Docker inspect container ID. This is my container ID. Now check it. Same with range IP coming or not. See here, 172.20.0.2. This is my container IP. This is my container IP. Now how to access whether it is running or not? Go to instance. Go to click on instance ID and go to public. Coming to here, just paste it, colon 8080. Now see here, now working or not. So this is the, if you want to assign your own network to container, we can assign. Now which case we go for none, and which case we go for a host network. So none means for example, this is my Tomcat server. In this server, my application is running. Some maintenance purpose, I want, so I want to, right, I want to disable, I want to none means now we can access, right? None means now we can access. I don't want to access this servers, or just assume. So this is the server, application is running. And so now see here, right, so that vendors and all, so that people are who are maintaining this application, they are not paid amount and all, that charges and all. We want to hold a particular time period. We want to do some particular time period up to, I am not going to delete, just I am like, right, no one cannot access my server. I don't want to access others. I want to hold it some particular time period. Okay. So now we can access, right? Now there is a one more network, none network. Now see here how it will work. Now this is the Docker network, Docker network. If you type means, now these are the commands: connect, disconnect, inspect, ls, prune, rm. These and all already you know. Now connect, disconnect. Now for this container, my Tomcat container. What is the network I assigned? Tomcat network. Now I don't want to access my server particular period, sir, maintenance period, or so I want to hold some particular period. I don't want to access anyone. Now we can access, right? I want to disconnect this network. I want to assign none network. None means how it will work. Now assume here Docker network, Docker network, Docker network, net network, Docker network. Now what is the command? I want to disconnect. But which network I want to disconnect? First check it. Docker network, Docker network. Now this is the right disconnect. So for this container, which network already assigned? Tomcat network, correct? Docker network LSL. Now this network I assign it to my container. First I want to disconnect this network to my container. Now check it how to disconnect. This is the command Docker network disconnect disconnect and what is the network ID? This is my this is the ID. Okay, paste it. Okay. Now what is the container ID? So this is the network ID. What is my container ID? You don't know, right? First find that one. Okay. So Docker PS -A. So this is my container ID and this is my network ID or network name and I want to disconnect. This is the command Docker. How to disconnect first existing network? Docker network disconnect and what is this? This one, right? Copy this one. Yeah. Copy this one, paste it. And what is the container ID? What is which container you want to disconnect? This container. Okay, paste it. Now see here disconnected. Now I want to assign none network. None means I don't want to access my application a particular period or maintenance purpose, whatever it may be. So I don't want to access my server. I want to keep in hold. So no one using. Just it is. I am not going to delete. Whenever if you need, again we can assign your network. Now this is the command. Same Docker network. Here we disconnected, right? Now we need to use connector. There is one more command. See here, connect a container to network. So I want to assign, I want to connect my network to some network. So connect and so which one? Which network you want to connect? Which network? This one, right? And what is the container ID for this container? Copy this one and paste it. Now see here connected. Now check it. What are the networks my connector? Docker inspect, Docker inspect container ID. Docker inspect container ID. Now if you see Docker inspect container ID. This is the container ID, right? Now if you observe here, now what is the network? Which network I assign it to my container? None. So none means can you able to access my server? Karthik, are you able to access my server?
No, sir.
No. Now see here, copy this and same thing I am pasting another tab. Now we cannot access. None means so we cannot access. But server is running. But I didn't give any access to people outside. We cannot access. But server everything is running. That network connection and all I know, right, attach none. That means we are unable to so access your server. See here, site cannot be reached. Okay. So my maintenance period also done are also, right, that holding. Now I want to assign again network to this container. Now same command only. Which network? Now one more thing here. Now, if you want to, we can assign more than one network to one single container. Now see here, this is the bridge network and this is the, see here, this is the none network. As of now, I assign none network. Now, if you want to, we can assign more than one network also single container. Now which network we want to assign? Check it here. Docker, up arrow, same. Connect, connect. Now again I want to assign network. Which network you want to assign? So I am going to assign my bridge network. BRI bridge network and container ID. So now check it. Docker network. First we need to disconnect, right? See here, cannot be connected multiple networks with one of the network is private or mode. First disconnect it. Docker disconnect, Docker disconnect, and what is the network? None. Okay. Now I disconnected none. Now again Docker. I'm going to connect. So I'm going to connect my same network, whichever network you want, we can connect. Now see here, again I connected. So my Tomcat net. Now go to browser, just refresh it. Now automatically now we can able to access your server. See here, now we can able to access your server. Now got it. Clear, Karthik? So
Yes, sir.
if you don't want to access your server, or if you want to keep some particular time period hold, and if you don't want to access, we don't want to give access to outside people. So that case we can assign none also. Now there is a host network. Host is nothing but our mission, right? Host. Okay. Now see here how it will work. Host means it is running only one server based on host mission. First, I am going to remove this existing and all. Docker network, Docker PS hyphen A. This is the network. Let me remove this one. Docker RM, Docker RM space hyphen A. I remove the container. Now host means now earlier while creating my container and all, I given port number and all. Now see here, while creating my own network, here I given some port number. I given some see here. Where is this? Here I creating. So this is the detached mode. I given port number as well, and also image name. I given network and all. Now I'm going to assign host network. Host means how it will work. Now check it here. Now I don't have any containers. Host means only one container is running in my mission. Now Docker PS Docker images. Okay, Docker images. Now this is my image. I'm going to create a. I'm giving a host network. I don't want to give any port number at all. Don't need, no need to assign anything. Automatically it is pick it up. See here, Docker run hyphen D, Docker run hyphen D. Next, I am not going to assign any port number and all. Simply I am giving. This is my image. Copy this one, and so what is the version? V1. Now see here, Docker and hyphen D. Earlier I am assigning port number also. Now I am giving host, right? So host means it is running my mission only, and also automatically pick that container port also. Next, if you want to, we can give a name Tomcat container I given. So now container is created. What is this? Failure to create a slim OCA runtime create failed exec icon. Okay. So here no need to give. And I given last, right? That is the reason it is scrolling. Anyway, I removed that container name I created. Now check it. Docker PS hyphen A. Now see here, just now 8 seconds, right? It is created. And what is the port number? By default, it is picking C here 8080. First remove, you are confusing. Docker RM row 2 available, right? RM hyphen F and I'm giving this container ID. I'm removing all and this container ID. Copy this and paste it. Okay. Now I'm creating container. Now here I didn't mention anything. I didn't mention network also. By default, it is picking the host only. So one container is created. Now ps Docker ps hyphen a. Now see here, what is the default port number? 8080 and it is running. Now here one more thing you need to so make sure remember. Suppose if I create same container, same image, it won't work. Host means only one container it is running. It won't allow a second container. Automatically one container it is going to stop mode, exist mode. Now we can able to access. Now there is no doubt here. Now see here, I am going to access my container. Click on instance ID. So click on here, copy public IP, coming to here, paste it. What is the port number? Default port number 8080. Already my host is picked. Now it is working fine. You press it. Container is running or not? Docker logs. Docker logs. If you want to see logs and all, we can check here also. What is the problem and all, we can check. So server startup 140 everything and so it is deployed also. Now go to here, reset which IP I copied. Go to here, instance, running, copy this one, paste it. Voila, 8080. Eight zero eight zero already is there, right? Check it. Docker, we go see here. PS hyphen A. PS hyphen A. Okay. Docker RM hyphen container ID. Copy this and just paste it here. So hyphen F. Now I'm giving a same just wait. I'm giving what is here I given. Here is I'm giving a host. PS. Okay. Now yes. Is happening. Will not access. Yes. So here I am not mentioning any host and all. So I didn't mention any port also. Port number also no need to mention. Okay. So by default it is speaking the host, right? Now I created now Docker PS hyphen A. Now everything correct only. It is speaking 8080 default port number Tomcat 8080, and so this is correct only. Now go to here. It just take long time. Instances. Go to instances. Click on the instance ID. Copy the public IP. Go to here. Just to paste it. Okay. Only one container will run. I want to check that one only. Even if we create one more container, that will automatically go to right, exit state. Mm. Is happening, container is running. Having a post number, default it is speaking every region. Docker inspect container ID. Docker inspect container ID. Paste it. Docker inspect. Any other type of inspect INS? Docker inspect. Okay. So what is the network here? Correct only. Bridge network is coming. So port also see here. Default port number 8080 also it is picking. And bridge everything correct only. This is config mount host name. I'll go to here. Notification. Now can inspect one step. Anything missing, Karthik here? Port also it is picking. Host also correct. The port number also correct. Bridge network okay. Okay. Clear it. Let me disconnect and connect it directly. Now, Docker mm, network, network, Docker network, disconnect, Docker PS hyphen A, PS hyphen A. Okay, Docker disconnect, Docker network, disconnect, disconnect. What is this? BRIDG bridge, BRIDG bridge network and the container ID. Copy this one and paste it here. Now I am assigning Docker Connect, Docker Connect host, Docker Connect host. I am using a host, HOST host. Docker network connect host. And then can I have this network in the host network? Already it is in host only. Already it is in host only. We are unable to do it. Hmm. Docker. Docker inspect container ID. Where is this container? Okay, this. Let's take one. Only answer correct story. Why is not coming? No, Karthik.
Yes, sir.
One minute. I will back. Okay. Now come to here. Let me delete. I can recreate. Why it is not running? We'll see. Docker ps hyphen a. This is a container. Let me delete. Docker rm hyphen a. I'm deleting this container. Mm, Copy paste it. Okay. Okay. So now Docker run hyphen d post. Mm, hyphen d hyphen p 8080. Now just I'm sorry. I'm assigning port number that 8080 and first image you need, right? Docker images. Now Docker run hyphen d hyphen p root mapping and hyphen p 8080 colon 8080 and image name and tag number colon v1. Okay. Now this is the Docker ps hyphen a. Now here if we go here and refresh, it will work. It's just now it is working, right? Copy public only, right? Public. Go to here, paste it, and 8080. Now it is working. So this is the default. Now I want to change the host. Okay. So now same way. Now I'm removing this one. Docker rm rm hyphen f and I'm deleting this one. This is the normal way. Now I want to set a host only. Okay. Now go to here. I'm removing the port number or else directly we can use 8080 colon 8080 hyphen net. I am using host. Just I am assigning host. Okay. Clear, Karthik? Just I am assigning the host network. So remaining, I didn't change anything. Just I added the host to my container, host network to my container. Now publish port. Okay. Now go to here, Docker ps hyphen a. Now it is running. Now it is running. Now go to here. Just copy the same thing, copy it, paste other network, whether it is accessible or not. Okay. Now we can access. Now we can access. Now we given host, right? I am going to create one more container, same host. So automatically one container will go to exit mode. In host network, only one container will run default port number. Now another container it won't run now. Now I'm trying to create another container, same thing. Now see here, I am giving Docker run hyphen d same hyphen host same. Now see here, it is created. Now if you observe here, Docker ps hyphen a, Docker ps hyphen a. Automatically one container goes exited status. Now got it, Karthik? In host network,
Yes,
only one container is running. It won't allow more than one container running same host, same port number. Now got it? See, automatically it is good. Only one container is running. Automatically another container will go to exit state. Clear? అర్థమైంది కార్తిక్?
clear.
Okay, only
Yes,
one
sir.
is running. Even if we create more than one container host network, it won't run. It won't run. Automatically, it will go to exited state. That is stopped. So host means mission, right? In mission only it is running default port number one container. It won't run more than one container, same port number. That is the host network. So now we know what is NUN network. Now we know what is host network. And the default network is bridge network. Default network is bridge network. I hope now got it right. Which case we go for NUN network. If you want to maintain even right maintenance period, particular time period, particular duration, I don't want to access my servers, and that case we can go for NUN network. Host means it is running only host port number, it is running only one container. It won't run more than one container. In bridge means that is the default network. We can create multiple containers, and all containers communicate to each other. Got it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So mostly they are asking, so mostly interview purpose they asked as of now. So if you create any container, what is the default network? What is the default network? Karthik, what is the default network?
Bridge network.
Bridge network only. And one more thing, how many types of networks available in Docker? By default, we can say only three. There is
Three.
overlay network also is there. And if you install Docker Swarm under, we can see overlay network. But for the time being, we can see only three. Bridge network, host network, none network. Bridge, host, none. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's it, and almost we cover. And the next class we'll see. So we'll start. So K test and all, and the remaining and all. If anything, I will cover that.